After 2 weeks in the Troy Martin trial, today a jury handed down a not guilty verdict for the second-degree murder of his sister Lisa Martin. The 1998 Bagley cold case was finally brought to trial last Wednesday. Jamil Donath has been following the trial from the courtroom since day one and joins us live in the studio. Jamil, what were emotions like this afternoon?
Dennis, sighs of relief and tears of joy filled the courtroom this afternoon as Troy Martin was found not guilty for the accidental murder of his sister Lisa Martin in 1998. After gripping 7 days of trial, the defense and the state gave their closing arguments this morning. We waited on pins and needles for 6 hours as the jury deliberated, and after 16 years, the family says they finally have some justice.
It would have been a manifest injustice for Troy to have been convicted of murdering his sister.
4 years of fighting for his innocence, Troy Martin left the Beltrami County Courthouse a free man.
The evidence went in favorable to Troy Martin, and we had a lot of confidence in our case.
Accused by his own brother Todd Martin in 2010 for suffocating his sister to death in 1998, a jury found Troy Martin not guilty Thursday.
All of the evidence pointed to Todd Martin as being responsible for Lisa's death.
The 16-year-old Bagley cold case finally came to trial last Wednesday after it was moved from Clearwater County following a grand jury indictment thrown out in 2012.
We were surprised, honestly, that the state pursued the case with the vigor that they did.
The lapse in time, inconsistent witness testimony, missing police reports, and questionable evidence made this a confusing and difficult case for both parties.
The jury was just racked with reasonable doubt at the close of the state's case.
The state argued that Troy's story was always changing and that he didn't care about his sister's disappearance or her death.
We believe that the evidence clearly showed in this case that they cut a deal with the person who was responsible for Lisa's death.
But while the family found some closure today, Lisa Martin's death still remains a mystery.
We don't come out of the courtroom on something like this feeling good about it. This is a horrible, horrible case.
Now, the family declined to go on camera with us, but outside the courtroom, they told us they are relieved and happy that it's finally over. Now, the state also declined to go on camera, but they did tell Lakeland News that they will respect the jury's decision, and they're just glad that they were able to tell Lisa Martin's story. Another thing we wanted to mention as well is the state cannot actually appeal a not guilty plea or not guilty verdict, and it is very unlikely, they say, that any murder charges will be brought down on Todd Martin. Back to you, Dennis.
Okay, thank you very much, Jamil, for that live report from our studio tonight. Todd faces 0 to 54 months in prison for one count of aiding and abetting manslaughter after the fact. The date of his sentencing hearing has not yet been scheduled.
If you've enjoyed this segment of Lakeland News, please consider making a tax-deductible contribution to Lakeland Public Television.